buying a little duck, and just the little shit that he does.
I will retire John Jones without even fighting him.
The Tom narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt, and now suddenly I'm ducking him.
If he thinks I don't deserve it, show me that I don't deserve it. Show me.
Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him.
Hello, John.
The greatest of all time versus the best in the world right now. John Jones versus Tom Aspinall is the biggest fight of 2025. There's been a lot of debate on who John Jones' next opponent should be, Tom or Pereira. But after Ankalaev beat Pereira, I feel like the only right option for Pereira to do is to get that rematch, because it was a very close fight in my opinion, and Pereira has been an active champion who's defended his belt 3 to 4 times in the past 12 months. With that being said, the fight at heavyweight should be John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. This was my point of view anyway, even before the Ankalaev versus Pereira fight. I mean, all you have to do is look at what Tom Aspinall's been doing in the heavyweight division. He's the interim UFC champion with 8 wins and 9 fights. All his wins were by finishes, either TKO or submission, and throughout his fights, he's only gone to the second round once. In all of the other fights, he's finished his opponents in the first round. His only loss in the UFC was in 2022, where he injured his leg against Curtis Blades 15 seconds into the fight. He eventually redeemed himself in the rematch against Curtis Blades, where he won by TKO in the first minute of the first round. To summarize everything I just said, I'll give you some UFC facts about Tom Aspinall. First of all, Tom Aspinall holds the UFC record for the shortest average time at 2 minutes and 2 seconds. That's crazy. And on top of that, he has 7 Performance of the Night awards. That's insane considering he has only 9 fights in the UFC. So Tom Aspinall has proven himself in the heavyweight division, and I think he deserves a chance to become the undisputed UFC champion. Now on the other hand, you got John Jones, who's arguably one of the best MMA fighters of all time, if not the best. He's never lost a fight, and he's been a champion most of his career. In his time at the light heavyweight division, he faced off against the most elite fighters and won. Now John's at the heavyweight division, where he is currently the reigning champion within 2 fights. So John Jones' resume is exceptional, and he has reached incredible heights in his career. But where there are highs, there are also lows, and John Jones has had some low points that have sparked a lot of controversy throughout his career. One of the biggest controversies has been his failed drug tests for performance enhancers. And this has left a stain on his career, which has been brought up by a lot of fighters who faced John Jones, with the most recent fighter being Tom Aspinall. John Jones also faced criticism for making high demands in negotiations, with many people believing that he's used this to avoid fighters like Francis Ngannou in 2021 and Tom Aspinall recently. This point is not based on facts, it is subjective. It all depends on how you view these matters. In my opinion, I don't think John Jones is the type of fighter to avoid a fight because he's scared. I think at this stage of his career, he's mostly focused on getting a better deal with more money, which he feels he earned and in a position to do so. So both fighters have their pros and cons going into this fight. It is a very unpredictable fight, which is why it makes it one of the biggest fights this year. The main question in this fight is, can John Jones' experience and fight IQ outsmart Tom Aspinall? Or is Tom Aspinall's talent, hunger, and age enough to overcome John Jones? I think the age and weight plays a big factor in this fight, which is why I'm leaning more towards Tom Aspinall winning. I would say it's probably 60% Tom Aspinall to 40% John Jones. I mean, even in John Jones' last fight against Stipe Miocic, yes, he won that fight, but he looked slower than before. And Tom Aspinall called how the John Jones vs. Stipe fight would go, and his prediction was accurate. However, John Jones has been in situations where he was considered the underdog, with many people believing he would lose. And yet, he ended up winning those fights. So there's a lot of questions and debates surrounding this fight, and the only way we'll get the answer is when they step into the octagon. Now I'm seeing some reports saying that the fight is done, some reports saying John Jones needs 6 months to prepare for Tom Aspinall, some reports saying that John Jones might retire. Nothing is confirmed, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next few weeks. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video, and let me know, are you Team Aspinall or Team Jones?